On the broadcast tonight, we finally have an opening date for the newest addition to downtown Shippensburg.
And we have the latest on the ongoing manhunt for an escaped murderer in Pennsylvania.
All that and much more right now on SUTV News.
Good evening, Shippensburg, and welcome back to SUTV News. I'm Haley Galaskas.
And I'm JD DeRazio. Get out your blankets and popcorn because APB is giving students one exciting double feature this weekend. On Friday, September 8th, beginning at 8 p.m., students will be treated to a showing of the recently released Little Mermaid starring Haley Bailey and Melissa McCarthy. If you're able to make the 8 p.m. showing, never fear, as the film will be followed up by Top Gun Maverick starring Tom Cruise and Miles Teller beginning at 10 p.m. Both films will be shown on the Academic Quad located in front of the Ezra Lemon Memorial Library in the Dolphin Community Center. Are you living in the Shippensburg area and wishing you had more places to shop? Well, fortunately, another new store will be opening its doors very soon. Five Below is currently under construction at 40 Shippensburg Shopping Center. An official at the Five Below store estimated its opening date to take place next month on October 6th. Five Below offers a wide range of different priced items from $1 to $5, including candy, room decor, tech, games, and much more. SUTV's Carson Devitt had the chance to ask SHIP students what their thoughts are.
I'm excited for Five Below to come into Shippensburg because there's not that many things for students to do. So it'll be exciting to go there and see all the new deals.
I'm so glad that there is now an affordable option close by and that I don't have to drive to Chambersburg anymore. So if I want to go to Five Below, I can just drive right down the road.
If you'd like to learn more about this store, visit the company's website at fivebelow.com.
Pennsylvania State Police are expanding their manhunt for prison escapee Danilo Cavalcante. Cavalcante escaped from a Philadelphia area prison last week after scaling one of the prison walls and is still on the loose. State police have noted several sightings of Cavalcante, but have stated the heavy wooded areas and increased humidity has made the search more difficult. However, hundreds of officers, dogs, drones, and helicopters continue to search. Police have also set up roadblocks and checkpoints in many of the surrounding areas. Cavalcante was serving a life sentence after murdering his ex-girlfriend, Deborah Brando. He was convicted in 2021. Longing questions concerning Senator Mitch McConnell's health have been answered. Upon returning to the Senate Tuesday after an extended summer recess, Senator McConnell shared a medical letter declaring he is clear to continue serving as minority leader. The letter was written by congressional doctor Brian P. Monahan, who, after a series of tests and evaluations, ruled out any signs that the senator experienced a stroke or seizure. Concerns regarding the senator's health have been raised after McDonnell experienced 2 unusual freezing episodes during press conferences within the past 2 months. McConnell reassured reporters Wednesday about his future in the Senate, saying, "I am going to finish my term as leader, and I'm going to finish my Senate term." When we come back in world news, we have the latest in the deadly flooding that has battered Brazil over the past several days.
Stay tuned for more after this short break.
Having trouble getting those grades up? Struggling to write that perfect essay? Head to the Student Success Center at Mowry Hall. It's perfect for students who need a good study space or the help of a tutor. The Learning Center offers plenty of tutoring services that are both course-based and writing-based. Schedule an appointment today and secure your academic future. For more information, head to ship.edu/learning. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
Are you having a hard time focusing on your work? Why not check out the Ezra Lehman Memorial Library? The library has many resources like the IT desk on the main floor. For computer assistants, see the experts. Need to print in black and white or color? Don't worry, the library offers both options on different floors. You can use the bottom floor for group work and the top floor for when you need silence. Don't forget to stop by Starbucks. Check out library.ship.edu for more information. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
The race for the presidency in Mexico just earned a historic new candidate.
And one of the country's biggest tech companies is recovering a massive hacking incident. But here's more with SUTV's Maddie Shively with this week's World News.
For the first time in Mexican history, 2 women won the nomination for presidential candidate of the main political parties. Claudia Sheinbaum will run for the ruling party and Morena and its allied parties. On the opposition side, the candidate will be Xochitl Galvez, who will run for Frente Amplio por Mexico, a coalition that includes 3 political parties. Mexicans head to the polls in the general election in June. Microsoft has revealed how alleged Chinese hackers were able to breach senior U.S. officials' emails earlier this summer. In a statement Wednesday, the tech giant said it happened after hackers stole sensitive data from a Microsoft engineer that gave them access to a cryptographic key that was later used to break into the U.S. officials' email accounts. The statement sheds new light on a cyber espionage campaign that has caused a furor in Washington. Microsoft has been under scrutiny from U.S. lawmakers and officials who have demanded more information on how the hackers broke into the email accounts. Microsoft says it has corrected the issues that led to the breach. A warmer winter in the southern hemisphere is being blamed for severe and deadly weather. In Brazil's south, more than 30 are confirmed dead in heavy flooding caused by an extratropical cyclone. Recent rainfall is equal to what the area normally receives in the entire month of September. CNN Brazil called it the worst natural disaster to strike that region in some 40 years. Journalist Stefano Pozzobon has more.
Dozens of people have been killed in recent days due to heavy rains and floods in the southern Brazilian state of Rio Grande do Sul, the state governor Eduardo Leite said on social media on Wednesday. Brazilian authorities are saying that at least 3 planes, together with several helicopters and boats, are being employed to bring people to safety. The governor later visited the disaster area on Wednesday and pledged that no effort would be spared to rebuild the homes and infrastructures that have been destroyed by the rising water. Southern Brazil is approaching the end of winter at this time of the year, and Leite said that the cold temperatures are making it harder for the victims. And like in other parts of the world, this disaster follows a pattern of extreme events in the year so far. Leite, for example, said that this week's floods are the 4th extreme weather event that Rio Grande do Sul has experienced in less than 3 months. And according to local meteorologists who have been interviewed by our affiliate, CNN Brazil, the state received in a week the average amount of rainfall that it normally receives in the entire month of September. For CNN, this is Stefano Pozzebon, Bogotá.
That's it for this week's World News. I'm Maddie Shively. Now back to JD and Haley at the desk.
When we come back in entertainment, we have a recap of the summer's biggest movies.
Stick around for more SUTV after this.
Are you a student athlete that is looking for additional academic support? Stop by the Catherine Hughes Sieber Raiders Academic Center for Student Athletes. The Raider Academic Center is the one-stop shop of academic information for all 500 student athletes. The staff at the Raiders Academic Center focus their efforts on helping student athletes identify their personal goals and surpass their academic expectations. Bring a teammate and get your study hall hours done at the Raiders Academic Center to achieve your highest potential as a SHIP student athlete.
Looking for a way to be informed and get involved? Join student media on campus. Whether it's SHIP's Emmy-winning TV station, SUTV, award-winning newspaper, The Slate, university radio station, WSYC 88.7, or nationally recognized Public Relations Society, PRSSA, there's an organization for you. Make the most of your college experience. Visit the 3rd floor of the Cub or Roland Hall for more information. This has been a public service announcement from SUTV.
Haley, I'll tell you what, this past week, the weather, it's been so hot and humid outside.
I know, a 5-minute walk and I'm out of deodorant.
It's been a little toasty in the classrooms too.
Well, let's see what the rest of the week has in store for us. Let's send it over to SUTV's Allison Ritchie. Allison?
Good evening, Shippensburg. It is good to be back for yet another semester. This week sure has been a hot one, but it seems to cool down a bit for the weekend. Today, we saw a cloudy high of 91 with hot and humid thunderstorms with a low of 69. Later tonight, watch out for flash flooding and damaging winds. This rain will continue into Friday with a humid high of 86 and a low of 68 with rain persisting into the night. Over the weekend, we will see some more showers with a cloudy high of 83 on Saturday. This rain will stay around into Sunday with a couple of showers and thunderstorms and a high of 80. As we enter the week ahead, Monday will be a cloudy start with sunshine returning in the afternoon with a high of 81. Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a rainy afternoon high of 78. Wednesday, the sun will stick around for a high of 76. Thursday won't be as warm with a high of 72. Friday will be cloudy with a high around 70. With that, I hope everyone has had a great first couple of weeks back and an amazing rest of the semester. I'm Allison Ritchie, and up next is SUTV's Entertainment.
The summer movie season has drawn to a close, and it was filled with some history-making successes and record-breaking bombs. Here with the recap is SUTV's Adam Beam.
Hi, Barbie!
Hi, Ken!
From Barbie Land to Spider-Verse, to the worlds of DC and the adventures of Indiana Jones, the 2023 summer movie season was jam-packed with blockbusters from all the major studios. But it was the smaller films that came out victorious this time around.
Are the sum of our choices.
While Tom Cruise was heralded for saving the movie theaters with Top Gun Maverick last year, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 quickly dove off a cliffside after a strong opening weekend. Disney had one of its worst summers in years. The Little Mermaid stayed afloat with $300 million at the domestic box office, while Haunted Mansion couldn't rise from the dead, only garnering a grisly $64 million domestically against an estimated $150 million budget.
You stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
However, it was Harrison Ford's final outing as the famed archaeologist that costed Disney the prettiest penny. Disney is estimated to have lost $100 million on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, a film which costed them nearly $300 million to make. A similar fate fell upon Warner Brothers' The Flash.
The first one, the high heel. You have to want to know, okay? Do it again.
Warner Brothers shouldn't be too upset as Greta Gerwig's Barbie shattered all expectations and was able to beat Illumination's Super Mario Bros. Movie to become the highest grossing film of the year thus far. Many film fans found themselves in a double feature with Barbie and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. The 3-hour drama similarly shattered box office predictions and could possibly cross the $1 billion mark in the coming weeks.
The Spot. It's not funny. Don't do that.
Some of the summer's other biggest hits include the latest adventures of Miles Morales in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 showed the MCU still has some gas left in the engine. And YouTubers Danny and Michael Philippo's directorial debut Talk to Me continued to show just how profitable the horror genre can be, becoming A24's most successful film in the genre. For SUTV Entertainment, I'm Adam Beam.
The music world has lost one of its most influential figures in the industry. Legendary singer-songwriter Jimmy Buffett passed away last week at 76 after a long battle with lymphoma. Buffett was known for hit songs such as Margaritaville and Cheeseburger in Paradise. He was famous for turning the easygoing, tropical beach life into a musical career. His success developed an avid following by fans known as Parrot Heads as they flocked to enjoy his memorable live performances. He also created franchises in the restaurant and hotel business as a result of the success of his notable hits. Buffett will be missed by friends, family, and Parrot Heads across the world. Bruce Springsteen is postponing the rest of his concerts in September. The 73-year-old says he's dealing with gastrointestinal condition. Springsteen and the E Street Band had 8 remaining concerts scheduled through the end of September, including one Thursday in Syracuse. They last played Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Springsteen canceled 2 shows last month due to illness. The singer's post on social media assured ticket holders that information regarding rescheduled dates will be forthcoming. Well, that'll do it for this week's entertainment. I'm Carson Devitt. Now back to JD and Haley at the desk.
Coming up in sports, we have the highlights from Schimenberg football and field hockey.
And we take a look at all the best moments from the U.S. Open. So stay tuned for more after these messages.
The Cub 231 is home to Shippensburg University's Pride Center. The Pride Center offers consultation services to all students across all departments. With the goal of creating a more inclusive campus community, the Pride Center hosts a number of events. The Pride Center has a multitude of active initiatives like the Pride Library and the Gender-Free Clothing Closet to help create inclusivity on campus. If you can't make it in person to the Pride Center Monday through Friday, you can follow the Pride Center on social media to stay up to date on all upcoming events and initiatives.
Ship field hockey started off the weekend with a pair of dominating victories. The action kicked off Friday afternoon when number 2 ranked Shippensburg answered with 4 straight goals to defeat the number 9 ranked Mount Olive Trojans. Ship would capture the 4-1 victory thanks to a game-tying goal from Hannah Witt and the go-ahead goal by Auguste Garibaldi. For Saturday's match, Ship took on the struggling Belmont Abbey. Ship outshot Abbey 23-2 on the road to a 6-0 victory as forward Tess G. Lou scored the hat trick. Shippensburg field hockey will travel to New Hampshire on Saturday to take on St. Anselm. This past Saturday, the Raiders took on number 24 in Division II football in the Newberry Wolves in what was a closely contested matchup at Seth Grove Stadium. The Wolves would get out to an early 7-0 lead in the first quarter with a touchdown run by graduate student quarterback Pete Elmore. The Raiders wouldn't stay behind for long, though, as Richard Jr. Chisholm Ifione would tip the ball in the air and intercept it, taking it all the way for the touchdown, tying the game up at 7-7 heading into halftime. In the third quarter, Newberry would come out swinging against the stout Raiders defense, scoring on a 30-yard touchdown run by John Swinton to make the score 14-7 after the extra point. The Raiders defense would come up big yet again in the fourth quarter with a blocked punt, giving the Raiders the ball within the red zone. The Newberry defense, however, wouldn't make it easy for the Raiders to get the points on the board, forcing a field goal which would be good by kicker Jackson Montross, and the Raiders would trail by 4. The Raiders will travel to Greensburg to take on Seton Hill this Saturday. Kickoff is at noon. Day 9 of the U.S. Open took place this week with some of the biggest names in the world of tennis moving on in their respective tournaments. The favorite to win the tournament and perhaps the most polarizing player the sport has today, number 2 ranked Novak Djokovic of Serbia took the court Tuesday in a top 10 contest versus number 9 ranked Tyler Fritz of the United States. Djokovic dominated the American as he commanded the Billie Jean King Tennis Center, sweeping Fritz in 3 sets. Serbia now looks ahead to Friday to face an unfamiliar foe in American Ben Shelton. Shelton has had a sort of Cinderella story going into the U.S. Open, unranked, with his only notable tournament win being a 2016 junior doubles tournament. Their contest is slated for tomorrow. The time of the contest has not been revealed yet. On the women's singles side, the world's ranked number 6 Coco Gauff took care of business in the quarterfinals, defeating number 20 Latvia native Jelena Ostapenko in 2 sets, 6-0 in the first and 6-2 in the second set. The match was not without its controversies, as Ostapenko claimed that Gauff had a quote-unquote scheduling advantage, as Gauff had multiple more days of rest than Ostapenko. She went on to say she was, quote, physically exhausted going into the match. U.S. Open did not comment on Ostapenko's claims. The U.S. Open continues tonight with the next match slated to begin at 8:15 p.m. That's it for sports this week. I'm Austin Briner. Now back to JD and Haley at the desk.
When we come back, a fashion show in St. Louis is showing how being different is beautiful.
Stay tuned.
Adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How would you not love him?
Hey, come on, Ben.
Slack.
Battling a life-changing disease can strip away a person's confidence and self-esteem. Alopecia is an autoimmune disorder that causes hair loss. A St. Louis woman diagnosed with the disorder is using art and fashion to help others recognize their beauty no matter the illness or circumstance. Melanie Johnson reports.
I don't want to be this way, but I'm not going to hide because I don't have a choice.
Pierre McCleary is one of 6.7 million Americans living with alopecia. It's a condition that attacks hair follicles, causing your hair to fall out. There's no cure, only treatment.
It changes my life daily because every day is different. It gives me a little bit more strength. It helps me to be more accepting and not judge. It also allows me to shine lights in dark areas.
A light she's bringing to others through her love of the runway.
Passion is what you are made to do. And this is my passion.
From kids to adults, on Sunday, alopecia awareness will be on full display on the catwalk for her 5th annual Hats Off to Alopecia fashion show. Half of them will be a walking testimony of embracing their beauty through this autoimmune disorder.
It's a platform where we express ourselves through the eyes of fashion, whether you got hair or you don't, whether you're hiding or you're open. So it is a place that you have to be in.
With every strut, there's a story. The differences making them stronger will take center stage at the Lavish at the Randall in downtown St. Louis on Sunday. For Pierre, it's not just a fashion show, it's a way of life.
You just have to be in the room to really feel what people go through, because you don't get this on the runway all the time.
And that's going to do it for here tonight. I'm Jay DeRazio. We, of course, want to thank everyone that helped out with the broadcast and thank everybody for tuning in.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News, and check out our website, sutvnews.org. Good night. See you next time. So great. So wonderful. I love that so much.